Good evening and welcome to the Whiskey Lover Society with me, Gert Retief. Tonight we continue with the series on blind tasting. Quick reminder, the box of whiskies, not many. I only had 10 of them. I did some reviews, so only 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. So I've done 3 reviews already. And as usual, I pick one. The key to the whiskey is written on a piece of paper with a number, so I can just pick out a number which is correspond with the bottle. And random pick. Let's see. Today we are picking number 7. A nice, it's a light whiskey. Like I said on my previous videos, of course, today you cannot judge a book by the color, and of course going to be, well, hopefully a quick video, and the idea is maybe not to name the whiskey. I think that is very difficult, and I've watched so many videos of people that go through the motions and try to identify the whiskey by the name or the distillery or the region. Of course, I think that for me is not the goal of this video. I think for me it's about finding something that I like, not being influenced by the name of it, by the age of it, by the pedigree of that whiskey, and of course what other people think about the whiskey. And of course that can taint, of course, your opinion. And I've seen that many times. The power of suggestion can be quite a big influence. If you tell somebody this is the best whiskey in the world, people tend to agree, even though it's maybe not the best whiskey. So I'm going to start off with the color. Now it's a nice, more a hay type of color, a light hay. A little bit of a gold in it, maybe a 9-carat gold, so not a very dark whiskey. So if I do add some color to this one, of course it's going to be only a small amount. But of course it's all about the nosing and the tasting. Afterwards I will then reveal what the whiskey is, and of course give my opinion if I want to buy it or not. So tonight's one, if I look at the it seems a little bit of an oily one. So if I look at the legs, oh, definitely a little bit. It's got this long legs appearing, slowly going down the glass. So quite an oily one. On the nose, cheers. Okay, I seem to be picking all the smoky ones out of the box. Well, I'm not sure what's left in the box. I cannot imagine that everything is going to be smoky ones, or somebody still trying to tell me something. But definitely that is smoky. Still, I immediately take off the Ardbeg 10, the Wee Beastie. I have some bottles of them, way more smokier than this one. Also, definitely not a Lefroy. Maybe a little bit of a Lagavulin. I do have a Lagavulin 16, so I might do a little bit of a comparison in the end. But there's definitely a smoky one. And it is the smoke that comes out of it. It's like a distant campfire. When somebody makes a fire down the road, and every now and again you get just that passing of the smoke. Lovely, actually. Then immediately after that, I do get a nice soft citrus note. Something like a lemon preserve coming out. A sweetness to it. This is really nice on the nose. I do like the nose. I get a little bit of a briny note as well. And then I also get something that reminds me a little bit of a smoked fish. Maybe smoked salmon, but I think that's a little bit strong. We used to buy smoked mackerels, a type of fish in South Africa. I'm not sure if I have it here in Belgium. I've never seen it before, but then a nice lightly smoked mackerel coming out. This is really nice on the nose. And it takes me a little bit back to my working days in South Africa, going to the port, buying this freshly smoked mackerel. Oh, absolutely fantastic. So also a little bit of a dusty note coming out. I do like the nose. I like the lightness of it. I like the fact that the smoke is not medicinal. No TCP, hospital smells, no Band-Aid, no burnt rubber, no asphalt type of nose to it, but just a lovely sweet citrus note with a hint of a smoked fish for me, and a little bit of a briny note. So I'm going to venture a guess. Maybe this is something from the islands. I think that is quite a safe bet to say. Feeling very smart that I could figure that one out for myself. But maybe I'm completely wrong. I've been known to be wrong quite often. But this one is absolutely fantastic. I do like the nose. So on the taste, cheers. Now the first thing that I do get is a lovely sweet smoke coming out. And it again reminds me of that little bit of a smoked fish. A little bit of a saltiness in it, and that also comes with that salty fish, which is sweetness to it. That little bit of a salt fish, maybe with a squeeze of lemon juice on it, just to give it a little bit of a citrus note coming out. This is absolutely fantastic. Let me just try again. One thing that I didn't get much alcohol on the nose. Even if I agitate it a little bit and I stick my nose in it, there's not a lot of alcohol. And I thought maybe there's going to be 43%. Reminds me a little bit of the Japanese whiskies, the smoky Japanese whiskies. I think it's a Yoshi. They have a smoke one, if I remember correctly, but it was also 43%, something similar to that. But when I taste it, absolutely, completely the opposite. It does have a nice kick to it. It's got that first bite on the tongue, and then it makes it completely numbs your mouth a little bit. So I think it is quite a high ABV. Definitely more than 46%. I think maybe touching the 50s, or maybe even a little bit higher than the 50s. But definitely more than 48, 46, 48% ABV. But it's not bad. To be honest, I would not add water to it. For me, small sips works fantastic. I don't want to chuck the whole thing. That's never the point for me with whiskey. So, just give it one more. So, absolutely fantastic. I do like it. There's a little bit of a tannins coming in, so a little bit of a bitter note. If I have to venture, I don't think this is a young whiskey. I think that is something that is definitely more than between 10 and 15 years old, my guess. That youthfulness of the alcohol is definitely not there, but I do get that burning sensation of the alcohol, but it's quite mellowed out. Just give it one more try. I keep on saying, so must be nice. If I keep on going back, absolutely fantastic. I also get a little bit of a honey note coming out now. A very light smoked honey. I don't even know if I do something like that, but it feels like a little bit of a smoked honey note. So if I look at the finish, It's got a nice little journey. You get that smokiness, when you get that sweetness coming out, and when you get a hint of an oak coming out. We get a little bit of a numbing effect. You get a little bit of a lemon preserve coming out. And when you get that just sweet smoke that just lingers and begging for you for another sip. Absolutely fantastic. So just as a little bit of a comparison, this does smell quite familiar for the people that has been watching. I did the Port Charlotte Isle of Barley not so long ago, and I will leave a link over here so that you can go watch it. It does smell a little bit similar to that. So I think what I'm going to do, I will going to pour, if I can get a sample. I do have a little bit left in a bottle. So I'm just going to pour this one and compare it to the one that I'm reviewing today. So this is the Isle of Barley of Port Charlotte. If you look at the color, quite similar on the color. Quite similar on the nose as well. And I'm going to just give it a quick taste. And very similar to the taste as well. So I wonder, this one seems a little bit darker. So now I get a little bit of a chocolate note. Now I'm a little bit confused. I get a little bit of a milk chocolate on the one for today. But it is really nice. I think the longer it's in a glass, the better it tastes and the better it smells. This is really nice. So maybe I will venture. Well, I'm going to probably make a fool of myself. But if I compare the two, and I think that's also maybe a little bit cheating. But if I compare the two quite similar, the one is darker. Well, it can also be, I can also be the Lagavulin, because this is quite similar to the Lagavulin as well, the 16-year-old. I think I have a sample bottle of it. It's almost done. One thing about this, in the beginning, it is a small sample, only 200 milliliters. But it just did change quite a lot over time. So maybe if I do a quick taste on that. Yeah, I think I'm cheating a little bit, but that's my show, eh? So, okay, definitely not the same color. It's definitely much darker, the 16-year-old. Oh, but that is nice. Oh, I do love the 16-year-old. So definitely I'm not even, maybe I'm going to give it a quick taste. Oh, absolutely. If you like smoky ones, go for the Lagavulin 16. But back to the whiskey of today. If I compare the two between the Isle of Barley and today's whiskey, quite similar, a little bit more matured. So I'm not sure. I'm going to stick to, this is definitely, well, I think it's an Isla. And it could be a Port Charlotte. That's the closest that I can get. I know they have quite a number of bottles out there, so there's no way in hell that I can know exactly which Port Charlotte is. I could be totally wrong. But of course, we can easily see what it is. If I go look for number 7, so I get my box out. Yeah, you can see number 7. Let's see. Am I making a fool of myself, or maybe today is the day that I got something right? It's a Port Charlotte. Okay, I know I was cheating by comparing it to other whiskies, but yeah, it is a Port Charlotte, 10-year-old, bottled at 50% ABV. So I'm ticking some of the boxes. Definitely Port Charlotte is I think it's made by Bruichladdich. It is 10-year-old. I did venture it is between 10 and 15 years old, and I did say it is quite a high ABV and 50% ABV. Although I did not get the 50% ABV on the nose. So quite chuffed with myself. I'm just going to give a quick break, and then I'm going to do some research, and I will come back to give you some more information on exactly what I was drinking. So see you in a bit. So I'm back. Didn't take long. And what's nice is if you go onto the website for Port Charlotte or Bruichladdich, they have the core range that they have. The Port Charlotte, they also make the Octomore or the Bruichladdich series, and they do have quite a lot of information. So with a little bit of digging, not much, I just go to the website. They have the Port Charlotte 10-year-old. They tell me it is Islay single malt, tick, got that one. Here in Belgium, I will pay €60 for the bottle. 10-year-old for 60, I think at 50% ABV, I think it's quite a reasonable price. Bottled by Bruichladdich. It's a natural color, non-chill filtered, heavily peated. I'm not so sure about that one. So either I'm getting used to the peated ones, but definitely did not feel heavily peated for me. And in fact, they also give me some information. It is the phenols, it's 40 parts per million. So I was also correct. I think Lefroy and those whiskies are like 55 and upwards. And the maturation, it's 65% first full American whiskey, so ex-bourbon cask, 10% second full American whiskey cask, and then they have 25% second full French wine cask. I did not get any wine note, so I'm not sure what the wine note brings to it, but I can tell you I do like this whiskey, and I will definitely recommend it. And I will definitely tell my friends that if you are fresh, new to the peated whiskies, this is now 2 for 2. I liked both of the Port Charlottes, and I know one of my subscribers also told me that welcome to the Port Charlotte Club. They are all fantastic. So I'm looking forward to buying and trying some more Port Charlotte whiskey. So thank you very much for watching. So please remember to like and subscribe. You came this far. Absolutely fantastic whiskey. Leave a comment. Have you tried it? And I see you next time. Cheers.